Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Yesterday I made a video complaining about how little marketing there was for the Claws of Awaji, and what happened 3 hours later? Ubisoft dumped a shit ton of marketing. Not good marketing, I should point out, but it was a lot. They did post articles detailing a lot of the stuff that's going to be in the DLC. A lot of creators got flown out to Ubisoft Bordeaux. They were able to report on their findings, and they actually got to play the DLC, so they were doing a bit of reporting. Good bit of sort of free advertising there. One of the biggest announcements that came from yesterday was legacy outfits, and you know me, I like my legacy outfits, and I'm very excited because today I want to try something a little bit different. We are getting a legacy outfit coming to Assassin's Creed Shadows very, very soon. As soon as next week, we are getting Ezio's outfit from AC2. This is the first time that I am able to dissect a legacy outfit at the time that it came out, not just, years after the fact like I have been in my rankings. This is hot off the press, and I want to hop on straight away and break this down, talk about what they've changed, what they've sort of lost in adaptation. It's not going to be like an entirely negative video, although it may come across that way at times. I am, at the end of the day, very thankful that we're getting a legacy outfit. I think the adaptation is questionable. I am going to say that up front. I don't think this is particularly great. I think it's a little bit lazy in places and it's very good in others, but we will get into it. We are going to break down this entire thing, and as you can see on the screen, I have prepared a presentation. It's only 3 slides long, so if you guys are looking for like hyper-active editing, that is not going to be happening. We are going to be, let me just check, yeah, you can see my mouse on here. We're going to be breaking everything down head to toe, and we're going to go through the differences and whether I like the changes or not. So if you're happy with that format, if you want to see me do like more... This is my equivalent of a whiteboard video. This is what I'm thinking. This is my whiteboard video. So if you guys want to see these kinds of videos in the future, let me know. I have taken screenshots from in-game. We have some 3D renders that are on Design Labs. I've taken Access the Animus' post because that's the highest quality version of the outfit that we can see in Shadows. These are some leaks. Don't talk about those. And yeah, basically we're going to break down the differences. Starting with the hood. Yeah, the hood fucking sucks. You can see on the left there, like, this is what Ezio's hood looks like in AC2. It's got a very distinct style. It's a very thick leather piece. You can see the pattern on it. You can see the lining. They have kept the lining, but it's an entirely different material. It's like a cosplayer trying to imitate how Ezio's hood was going to look. It has this trim on the edges. It's very detailed. It has red on the inside. They have carried that across. But it's also got this very small beaked hood, and the reason I've chose this photo in particular is because it demonstrates the way that this hood is structured. It is a hood that is angled upwards. It's not a hood which, I mean, look, you can see on the right hand side, this hood is like a beak going directly down. You can tell it's made of a very thin material. You can tell that from the ruffles in it. They've got the general shape of it, but I just think there's something not quite scaling with Nawia's like frame, and we'll see that a little bit later on as well. In some good ways, I must add. I think they have done some good changes here, but yeah, what is this hood? It's totally wrong. It looks to me like they either couldn't replicate what they did in 2009, or they wanted to go for a more realistic look, like with an actual thin piece of fabric instead of a heavy, thicker material. Like, we've seen when Ezio has the hood off, that it kind of stays beaked, like, on the back, like a hoodie. Whereas this looks like it would totally frumple the second you moved it. There's too much depth to it. There's too much depth. It looks like her face is hidden inside it. Let's just move on. I think we can probably talk about the collar here as well. I'm really glad that they kept Ezio's little necklace. That's a cool touch. I'm really glad that we got that. They did a similar thing with Connor in AC Unity, so I'm glad that that's, like, carried across. It seems like this version in Shadows is trying to replicate his E3 look and not the final release, which is really fascinating. They have the shoulder piece from the E3 trailer, and you'll also see that they have the glove later on. This is how Ezio looks in the actual game, like this is his canon appearance, with this smaller pauldron. They've kind of got the same kind of brooch, so to be fair, they've kept that. There are differences throughout this whole thing, but notably the popped collar. You can actually see the difference here. Here, it is popped upwards and the hood is like falling around it, whereas here it looks like the popped collar is too big for Norway, so the hood is like flattening it down instead of having that popped look, which loses a lot of the depth. And you can also tell, like, look how low down the neckline is compared to where it is on Ezio. Like, you can tell she's smaller, but they haven't scaled the outfit to fit Norway. It looks like she's wearing clothes that are just too big for her, and it looks really awkward. Okay, so let's get on to the full body. This is where you can really see the differences on display. So a few things that stood out to me immediately were the sleeves. Ever since the AC2 remaster, they've kind of just became this flat piece of white cotton or some sort of fabric. Whereas you can see they're more lacy and like frilly, I want to say, in AC2. And you can tell like they're going to move a lot. They're very ruffle. In fact, the ones in Black Flag, like Edward's underarms in Black Flag look exactly how I think AC2s are meant to look. They've kind of been lost in translation. The one thing that I will compliment them for with the arms that I think is a really nice touch is the fact that it kind of acknowledges that Naui is too short to wear this outfit. Like, her arms aren't as long as Ezio's, so it is like gathering here just above her hidden blade. I do think that's a really nice personal touch that is like, yeah, this is what Naui would have to do in order to wear the outfit. It's not just, sort of fitted to her, which I quite like. You know, it doesn't look like they've made a feminine version of Ezio's outfit. It just looks like what would happen if Naui tried to wear the outfit, and I think that's really nice. But I do think this leads to some other issues with the proportions. Look at this waist sash. This waist sash is absolutely massive. Whereas you can see on Ezio, like, the symbol pretty much covers the whole thing, whereas here we've got this big bit at the bottom, and it just looks like the straps are kind of floating there as well. I think that this belt, this waist sash, is far too big, and I think it needs scaling down a lot more to fit Naui, because you can see, like, the ruffles here, like, this outfit's too big for her, and it clearly doesn't fit, and it just kind of looks a bit awkward at times. Now, the bracer is something where I kind of had to take a step back and go, Jesus, is that actually how it looked in AC2? And yes, you could say this is a faithful adaptation. Personally, I just don't think it looks good, though. Like, yeah, this is exactly how Ezio's looked. If you were going to adapt this and make it look metal, that is how it would work. The patterns are the same. They got the entire, like, geometry of it the same. But it just looks crap. I'm sorry, but you just can't see it. The metal and the leather, like, I'm not the biggest fan of this bracer in general. I discussed that in my Hidden Blades ranking video, but this is not it, unfortunately. I just really don't like the shape of it, and I don't know if it's just to accommodate for Naui's blade. The blade is kind of floating on the back as well. You can tell it's not been, like, properly modelled to fit onto Naui's wrist. It's kind of, the pivot blade that she has is kind of just floating on the back, which we will see in more detail, like, as we can actually unlock this outfit. Obviously, this is going to be available in the projects tab, so it's going to take 4 to 5 weeks for anybody to actually get their hands on this, which kind of sucks. We'll properly see. We'll do a proper dissection once we've got it in hand, and we'll see if I've made any errors. She has the glove, though, and I mentioned this earlier, but I'm really glad that they kept the glove from the E3 version. Obviously, it's not here on this version. Looks great. Looks great. I always appreciate the little details, like, you know, keeping Altair's fingerless glove would be nice, or keeping Connor's fingerless gloves. It just adds that little bit extra to the outfit that just makes it feel complete. And without it, it doesn't feel complete. Like, if they just give us the bangle that he has here on the left, I don't think, like, that would have slided as much. It doesn't look as cool. Personally, I didn't even get where, like, his second blade was coming from when he had this on. But I don't know, did you have to have a bracer when you got the second hidden blade? Tell me down below, can't remember. Boots as well, like, I can kind of see what they were going for with the boots. Some of this looks quite good. I do like the bottom part of it, the carve sort of section here. Reminds me a lot of Connor's. I didn't even realise that Ezio had these kind of, like, foot wraps. But they've kept that in Naui's version. The top parts, what are we doing here? Did we just run out of assets and just made something... just reuse something from earlier? Yeah, I'm not totally sure what this is. Obviously, he's meant to be wearing more, like, piratey sort of looking boots, and yeah, don't know what they were doing here. It's totally wrong. Final thing I want to mention on the main body is the reds. The colours. The colours are pretty good for the most part. I like the reds around the outfit. I hate the red lining on the hood. Don't know why they did that. You can clearly see it's meant to be a white trim. Even the E3 trailer doesn't have this. I don't know if they just, like, stole the Brotherhood assets from Odyssey or something, because the Odyssey hood kind of looks like this. I mean, they have had trouble with Ezio's hood in the past. I really didn't like the Valhalla version, but even that I think was a better interpretation of the hood than this, even though that was really blown out. It was a massive hood. This one at least fits her head, but it's just the total wrong material. I still can't get over that. Just totally wrong material. Yeah, the red lining. So you see here, Ezio has this red lining. It comes down his chest, and it goes underneath the sash and like out. It's like on the chest section. Where's the colour? Where's the colour at, guys? It's like totally, it's like a dark grey beige sort of colour. And yeah, I just noticed it straight away. I was like, it loses that pop of colour. I do appreciate that they have tried to mimic the pattern on the collar. The problem is they've got it the wrong way around. It's sort of like dark red on the outside and then light on the inside, whereas you can see in the game, it's dark red on the inside and light on the outside. So I don't get how you could make a mistake as simple as that. I don't know if that was just an artistic liberty. Maybe they wanted to try and switch things up a bit. Oh, this is the big one, guys. Unfortunately, this is an absolute... This is rough. This is rough. This is the first time we have ever seen something this drastic be done to a legacy outfit. It's still blowing my mind that this is actually happening, because like some of the legacy outfits in the past have taken liberties. You know, they've switched up color schemes or textures or gone with their own version, a bit like in Syndicate. I feel like Syndicate really kind of try to switch things up and do like a different interpretation of Edward and Ezio. This is wild. For some reason, I'm going to call this like coattail gate, because what is going on here? What is going on here? Naue has so many robes in this game where the coattails do not need to be parted. Look, you can see the case. Yes, Ezio has a little parting at the bottom of his, but they all move in one piece. Hers are flying in opposite directions, which means the coattails are moving on two individual pieces of fabric. Now, I've seen the photos from the front. When this outfit is moving in the video on Instagram, you can see these are all separate layers. And I thought, wow, this looks great. From the front, all the individual layers are moving separately when she walks, and it looks amazing. Then you see it from the back, and I had a heart attack. I nearly died. Because what is this? It suddenly just becomes two flat pieces that are moving individual from each other, and you can see the top part is still the same. This is the same part that's on Ezio's outfit. It's maybe a little bit wider, but that could just be the angle of the video. But there is no denying what is happening here. They are two individual pieces, which is wild, because this takes more effort than, like, Naue's assassin robes in the game are one set piece that they could have just ported over the physics from. They could have just literally copy and pasted it over. I will give them props for the back of the hood has this same like teardrop shape. That's nice, you know, clearly they have looked at reference photos. And even though I don't think the texture of this sleeve is right, it still looks good. And that's a nice positive to say, is that it does look good. They've added a bit more detail to the pouches as well. It looks like a couple of the pouches are missing. That could just be the angle as well. You know, they got all the straps in the right places for the most part. I'm not too bothered about it. I do like that they've got the sash there as well, these little two pieces that come down from the sash. Well, I can see one there, I'm guessing the other one's there too. That's alright, that's good. I like details like that where they don't shy away from, this was just one strand that like moved, and yeah, they've kept that, which is nice. The cape is exactly as I predicted. There is an outfit in this game already that has a half cape, and it flaps about in the wind like crazy. And it looks amazing, don't get me wrong, it's my favourite outfit in the game currently. Is this one that looks like Ezio's robes from AC2. It looks really similar to these, but shorter. And it has this cool half cape that blows in the wind. And I used it in my previous video, you've seen it. That's my favourite outfit in the game in terms of realism, like if we're going for an assassin sort of build. What did they do? What did they do? I get the vision. They do not have the sort of time or capacity to do the thing where he pushes the cape over to his front. It's a half cape. It's meant to go all the way around. He just pushes it back when he's walking. And obviously Shadows, you know, I mean, a lot of people didn't actually like the half cape. There's a mod, I think, that just keeps it permanently on his back. because it covers up half of his outfit when he like pulls it over, and like, what's it there for? What's it trying to protect? Unless it's there to look cool, which would make sense, you know, Florentine, extravagant. Now, of course, they've copied it across exactly, and they've even copied the red, like, little bits that pull over. I'm in two minds as to whether I actually like this or not, just because of the way I can't see the way it sits from behind. It's the only thing. I reckon this looks really good when it's not in motion. But when it's more in motion, it kind of all like turns into spaghetti. But look, in terms of physics, there is no denying that even though they've taken liberties with the way the coattails look and the way the cape looks, this thing is going to move just impeccably. This is going to look so good when you're moving around, because I knew this was going to happen when I first saw Shadows. The physics engine in this game for the cloth is absolutely stellar. It looks amazing. It's the best the outfits have ever looked in an Assassin's Creed game, and I will say that very concretely. The fabrics in this game are the best they've ever been in the franchise, and to see Ezio's outfit moving like this, it's just incredible. I just wish it was accurate to how it actually looked in the game. This split all the way up here, I need some information. I need some reasoning for why this has happened. This is one of the biggest liberties that I've ever seen with an outfit in one of these things. And I've like reviewed 10 games or something at this point of legacy outfits, and I've never seen something like this. It's genuinely wild, and because of the hood as well, because of the hood looking like this, I think I'm going to wear this outfit without the hood. It's accuracy versus entertainment, and the thing is, I think it's gone for the entertainment value, and it's going to look really good using it. And of course, everybody's going to use this, because it just, like, face value, yeah, that's Ezio. Great job. But, of course, accuracy, I think it's took a hit. But this has opened the floodgates, because now we know that legacy outfits are possible in Shadows. Am I a little bit disappointed that they went with Ezio's from AC2? Yes, but of course I kind of figured it was going to happen, because Ezio from AC2 is the only design that Ubisoft have acknowledged recently. Am I a little bit peeved that, like, Fortnite did it better, Fall Guys did it better, and For Honor did it better? Like, all three of those games, in my opinion, well, not Fall Guys. Fall Guys just had a better hood. I remember I wanted to mention that. Fall Guys had a better hood for Ezio. It looks better than this one. For Honor has the AC2 version of Ezio, and it's like the best thing you've ever seen in your life. Why couldn't they just port that over? It's so annoying. Same with the Brotherhood robes. I did a whole video on how good those looked. Why can't we just port these over? Why did we do this? I don't know. Surely it would have been easier, but I don't know. Those are just my first impressions. Like I say, I am personally hoping that, God, maybe we're going to get like an Alexios one for Yasuke, because Yasuke has to be next. Like, the way they've been doing these projects is one after another, so I think the next one is going to be Yasuke. I would absolutely adore if it was Connor. If we, because Yasuke has the bow, if we got a Connor outfit for Yasuke, I would cry. I don't care how inaccurate it is, just the fact that Connor was getting acknowledged, I think, would be enough to make me a very happy person. And I'm disappointed at all the characters that I know are just not going to get legacy outfits, because if they're coming out every 3 months with one of these, like, there's going to be like maybe 4 or 5 maybe by the end of this game's life cycle, and that's being generous. Maybe not even that. Maybe we're just going to get like 3 legacy outfits in Shadows. That's terrifying. It's quite scary. I wonder if... Oh, come on. Surely when the Black Flag remake gets announced, we're getting an Edward one. They have to do it. They have to. It'll be like a Black Flag announcement, also new project in Shadows where you can get the outfit you're going to be wearing later as Edward. Oh, I guarantee that's going to happen. I can see it now. Anyway, guys, look, I'm rambling on enough. What do you think of this outfit in Assassin's Creed Shadows? What do you think of legacy outfits being finally added to the game about 4 months after release? Do you think they did a good job? Do you take liberties with the things that they've changed? Do you think that it's fine? Do you think it's alright? Do you not mind the inaccuracies if it makes it move better and be more entertaining to actually use in the game? Let me know down below. Thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.